Do I need to turn this on?
No, you're right.
All right. Okay, so Zabaione, we talked about it earlier, is a dessert. Quite an old-fashioned dessert. But the method of it is quite special. So it's making up a sabayon. So do you all know that word, sabayon? You've all heard of it? Usually we use it into a sponge. So it's whipped up egg whites, egg yolks and the sugar, light and fluffy. So in my bowl here, I have the masala, which is the fortified spicy wine. I have your sugar, and we're going to put the egg yolks into it. When you're doing your egg yolks, let's collect all the egg whites because we'll need them for another class. So some of you use your hands, some of you have got a little container, that's okay. All right. When you add your egg yolks into this, make sure you mix them all together very quickly. Don't have the egg yolks and the sugar sitting around, it gets a skin. All right, now you have to whisk. So not stir, it's whisking really quickly, right? Especially in this cold kitchen, it's going to take a while. And does anybody remember what that recipe said it has to look like? Pale. What does pale? What colour's pale? Nearly white, yeah? So we've got a long way to go. So while we're whipping, we then need to have it. What does it say after that on your recipe? In a double boiler, yeah? So what is our double boiler? What's a double boiler? Say again? That's it. So we've got our pot here with water heating up and our bowl will go into it. What are the things we need to be careful of when we're using a double boiler? Not too hot. What else? More important than that.
Don't touch the water.
With what?
With
the bowl. So make sure when you get your bowl, you check it first. Yep. Otherwise we'll be starting again. This takes time and muscles. You don't need to go to the gym after this one. Yeah. But if you don't do it enough, remember I was saying it will separate. It will still taste okay, but it won't look very presentable. So we're making this. Yep, what's in it? 3 ingredients. What are those ingredients? All right. Tell me, dietary, who can't have this? Vegan. Why? Eggs. Excellent. Diabetes? They can, but they'd need to be careful because quite a bit of sugar. Who else? Children. Why? Alcohol. Some adults, certainly. No. Who else? We've got children because it's alcohol. Who else? Alcoholic. They'd be having heaps. Fun? Is there a religion that doesn't drink alcohol? Muslim. Yeah? Muslim doesn't have it. So do you think we could, how can we alter it? We can't make it with not eggs. Could we make it without alcohol? Yeah? What could we flavour it with then?
syrup.
Say again?
Syrup.
Syrup, yeah? We were all smelling this, so some of you were smelling this earlier. What did it smell like? Coffee, yeah, and some spices, wasn't it? So those things we could add to it. See how we're getting it there?
Yes, fairly creamy.
It's fairly creamy. Still go a little bit more though. Yes, you can. I'm sure some of you are thinking, why can't we use a machine? Yes, you can. Yeah? But what we want you to learn here is the feel, how long it takes. Because if the machine breaks, or you won't know. Yep, you need to be able to feel it. Okay, so on it goes. So I'm used a glass bowl just so you can see what's happening. Yeah. So make sure it doesn't touch that bottom and that this bowl doesn't get too hot, especially the stainless steel ones that you use. They get hot very quickly. We need this now. What does it say it now needs to do? Double. Double in size. And what else is it doing? Thickening. What's thickening? Egg yolk. So, what's it doing? The egg yolk is thickening. What is it doing? Cooking. Because we're not eating raw eggs. Yeah? So, again, when we come back to this, it is cooked, but it's only lightly cooked, isn't it? So who needs to be careful of this dish then? Older people? Who else? More important? Babies. In the middle? Pregnant. That's it. Yeah. Lactose? Why lactose? Lactose is what? Dairy. Any dairy in here? No dairy. Okay, very good. So just keep checking it and feel it. Yep. Take it off, feel it. So what degrees can't it be? 60 is probably even too much, all right? What is our temperature, our body temperature? Anybody know? 37? 37. Yeah. So if it was 37 degrees, when we put our hand on this bowl, we wouldn't actually feel that bowl. Yeah? So between 37 and 60, not much difference, is it? So we should just feel warmth. If we feel heat, you know you've gone too far. Dissolve the sugar, that first stage, it will dissolve just by the whipping of it, yeah. Right, so keep checking and feel it. So it's getting, as you see, it's getting lighter. Yeah? It's not quite thick enough yet. And we sort of doubled it, but you can see that I'm whipping. I'm not doing this. Yeah? Otherwise he'll need 6 cameras. And it just won't get that volume in. It will cook, but it won't have that volume. And what I didn't get, can you run up to the bar and get me a nice martini glass? Yeah? So what are we serving it in? Nice martini glass is nice. Then it looks good, yeah? If we didn't have any glasses, what do you think we could serve it in? Transparent bowl would be nice, yeah? What are we serving this with? The poached pear. So now this is getting a little warm. So one of those little shallow bowls would be nice. So you could pour it in there and the pear would be standing up nice and high as well if you didn't have a glass. Let's see if you can get us one. So what are we looking for it to do? Is it thickens? To get a little figure 8 or a shape in there that holds. Yeah? Can you see what I'm doing?
Creamy.
Can you see that the 8's not staying? Yeah. So we're not ready yet. Yeah? Not thick enough. There we are. Beautiful.
Can you do that next when you shoot it out the camera? Like,
Oh, I can indeed. So imagine when this was in our day, you talk to Tony, he'd know this as well. This was done at the table by the waiter. Yeah? Yeah. All by hand. Everybody's sitting, waiting, and he's whipping frantically, knowing there's 6 other tables that want it. So, yeah. So, now it's just beginning to form. Can you see it's just holding on? So we're nearly there. Yeah, so the chefs got away. They didn't have to do this. The waiters did. Oh, yes. All right. Can you all see how it's nearly there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Beautiful. So this last little minute, yes? Don't rush it. Yeah? I know your arm's burning, but it's worth doing it properly. So when you look back at this afternoon, you'll know exactly what we're looking for, yeah? So I'm going to leave it off that heat now. So if this gets too hot, you'll not get any of this fluff in it. It will just virtually set, and it will be a very dark, thick liquid with no fluff in it. So it can be served warm, or we can serve it cold. And now it's stained. If it's cooked perfectly, it won't. No. It will hold, yep. Because the eggs, we've cooked the eggs enough to hold it all together. It will hold the liquid. The protein in those eggs have formed and set, and they will cover it all. Yep. See how it's all staying now? I'm just going a little bit more. There we go. Done. Okay.